Hi, my name is Joanne Hogan, and I'm delighted to be here at Roger TV's Community Link in this beautiful studio to talk about an amazing event that's coming up in Nanaimo with some really terrific people who are going to be involved quite heavily in it. If you'd like to, I will introduce you really quickly to Nick, and then Richard, and Crystal, who has been in this studio before. And we're going to discuss about a conference that's coming up soon. But first, I thought it'd be great if we talked to Richard to talk more about what agency he's representing.
Thanks, Joanne. I work for an agency called SAL, or Supporting Advocates in Leadership.
Okay.
We're a Community Living BC funded agency that supports adults with diverse abilities with self-leadership, practicing the use of their voice, and navigating and connecting to the wider community of Nanaimo.
Okay. And how do you fit into this? Are you one of the, how many people are working along with the new self-advocates?
Yes, so we are a small yet mighty agency. We are a team of 3 at present. And we sort of divvy up the work and work to our specialties to support the group. And we offer one-on-one support as well as group support through our learning circle and SAN meetings, which is our Self-Advocates of Nanaimo monthly meetings.
Okay. And how many people are you supporting in this way in Nanaimo at this time?
Yes, so at present we have 12 people we support, and they are regular attendees at these meetings, as well as guests who join us as well throughout the year from either other groups or curious individuals who want to learn more about what we do.
Okay. And I'm sure as we speak with Nick and Crystal, we'll find out more about the many learning experiences that they've gone through. I was aware of a couple of years ago, I believe you had a video that came out. Would you like to talk about your participation in that video?
Yes, the video was basically about self-leadership and sticking up for your rights and being more confident as a human being, basically.
It's about practicing the use of your voice and exercising that muscle that lets you speak up for what you want in your life and set boundaries around things that you want to protect or keep safe. Being those sort of peer mentors for one another. So one person's challenge and overcoming of that challenge can serve to be a wonderful inspiration.
And you were featured in that video as well. You were one of the participants.
There is more different perspectives to look at too, besides just my own. Like different people have different beliefs.
And you, Crystal, as well, were you? Yes.
Yes.
I seem to recall, I've seen it before that you were in that one too.
Yes.
And what was your involvement in that video? How did you participate?
Standing up for myself, raising my voice, and believing in myself, and setting boundaries.
And I believe you've got their piece that we're going to feature in a snippet about that, where you talk about the velvet hammer.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. A velvet hammer approach is when you set the boundary and you do it in a nice, kind, helpful way.
And firm way.
And firm way, but not mean or grouchy.
Yes.
Yes.
Even though you might feel like that because someone's pushing your buttons.
Yes.
Do you want to discuss a little bit what that was about for you?
Yes. I had a situation with a friend, and who I thought it was a friend, but she overstepped my boundaries. And the velvet hammer I used was like Dr. Bonnie Henry. You have to be firm, kind, drop it very gently, and show no grudge or
I'm sorry?
Show no grudge.
Okay.
Yeah.
No grudge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that all of us could use in our lives, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to, maybe Richard, were you a participant in that video, or can you tell us about it?
Yes, yeah. So we filmed over the course of about a month or almost two in a few different locations around town. And we had to, to do the whole practicing and sort of standing up in front of the camera and being nervous and, working with a wonderful videographer, Gary Pendergrast, who was kind enough to lend his support with this shooting of the film. And it was a wonderful experience, and we got to really highlight some of the feats and strengths of our members. So yeah, it's a wonderful experience.
And the reason I'm discussing all of this now is because we know it's going to be presented at this event that we're next going to talk about. And could you begin by telling us what this upcoming event is that's happening in Nanaimo?
Yeah, thanks, Joanne. It's we're going to be presenting on May 30th at the Inclusion BC conference here in Nanaimo. It's going to be held downtown at the conference center. And yeah, we'll be presenting on the Thursday, the 30th, to I believe somewhere between about 75 to perhaps 100 people if we get lucky. And it will be an opportunity for us to share our film and for the audience to hear our self-advocates speak. We'll be presenting as a panel, and each advocate will be offering sort of a piece of wisdom that they've learned and gained in their experience through self-advocacy, whether it's standing up for their rights or setting boundaries or feeling comfortable taking risks, learning really. So.
And rumor has it that two of those panelists are sitting on either side of you right now. Is that
That's
correct?
right. Yes, I'm very fortunate to be joined by Crystal and Nick today.
So how have you been preparing, Nick, to present at this particular conference?
It's funny. I was hanging out with my friend Dylan earlier, and he was he calms me down a little bit. And sometimes not so much, but sometimes he's pretty level-headed. Sometimes.
And is that helping you build your confidence in what you do want to present and what you do not want to present? Is that correct?
Correct. In a way, just to chill out, basically.
Okay. Yeah. And you will be excerpting or talking about what you did in the video, for example. Is that correct?
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about where you're featured in the video and what you do?
I've forgotten about the video.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. In school I was quite insecure with myself and kind of had to get out of my shell for eventually, and still is kind of hard to communicate sometimes. But I think that's with everybody.
Yeah, well, I think it's great that you're here today, though, that you are definitely invested in participating in this interview and at the conference as well. Wonderful. And Crystal, how will you be participating as a lead panelist, I believe your title is, in this discussion?
Yes, I will be talking about inclusion and what it means to me, and being out there, standing up for myself, believing in myself, and setting boundaries.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And are you able to do that with your friends in your life? It sounds like you are able to do that much more readily than perhaps in the past.
Yes.
And I would imagine that is a hope that all of us, whether we're attending the conference or listening to this interview, that we can instill those kinds of strengths in ourselves, even on our bad days, that maybe bring a little bit of it to the surface,
Yes.
Yeah.
Just stay positive and speak up for yourself and be confident you can do it. As my mom would always say, take the T off can't. He can do it. You're the only person who can do it. Nobody else can do it for you.
And that's great that you have that inspiration from your mom as well. Yeah. Yeah.
You should be very proud too.
Yeah. Exactly. So, Richard, do you remember the name of that video that you were going to be discussing around? Because it always eludes me. I know it's 3 words.
That's right. Yes, thank you. The film. This is our second film, or actually third, I believe. The name of this most current one is called "Friends, Fun, and Self-Leadership."
Yeah.
There you go. And the T-shirts that both Nick and Crystal are wearing speak about all the strengths of self-advocacy. Nothing about us without us is the bottom statement there. Yeah. And amongst the people that are here today, one of the volunteers for the Community Link presentation is Rob, and Rob has been a longtime member, is my understanding, of self-advocates, supporting advocates in leadership. That's wonderful. Yeah, we've already been in an interview situation before as well. Yeah. Yeah. So getting back to the conference, we should review as well that there is a website link to find out more about the details about what the program is for these 3 days. And mentioning again that Nanaimo Rockstars will be there on May 30th to do this. I don't know if you'll be participating as people in the audience after that in the other 2 days, or if you
Definitely be availing ourselves of
or
the many
workshops
offerings.
as well,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And that the website name is quite easily remembered as inclusionbc.org. So you will see that appearing on the screen below your lovely faces throughout the interview at different moments. And aside from that, is there anything new on the horizon that's coming up for you folks after the conference? Do you take a summer break, or are you going somewhere, or what's next after this wonderful conference? Your schedule's wide open.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
On the spur of the
A
moment.
lot of work, eh? A lot of work in the 3 days of participation.
We're definitely going to have a nice wind down, get together, and celebrate outdoors, I would imagine. And then after that, we're going to sort of continue on our presentations. We have spoken at a number of different organizations in town. We enjoyed last year speaking in Vancouver at another conference on inclusive employment. And so we're going to continue sort of spreading that message, and the benefits of self-advocacy and inclusion wherever we can, really. So we're planning to speak, I believe, next is up at VIU.
Okay. So you mentioned last year the theme of the conference was inclusive employment. Is that, or was that your
Yes.
chosen theme?
It was an inclusive employment conference, international conference.
And so that's a great opportunity to ask people about what they think it means to them and find out more about their personal experiences with that, eh? Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it sounds like you folks are well prepared for this wonderful event, and I hope that we have a chance to maybe chat after the conference at some point. And I wish you all the best of luck in your presentations. And as one of the words in the title of your video, you also have fun at this conference,
Yes. Yes, we do.
right? So, and it's been a pleasure to meet you at first time for Nick, and to see Richard and Crystal again.
Yeah.
And all the best for a wonderful conference at the VICC, the Vancouver Island Conference Center. And that's running from May 30th to June 1st. And their presentation, their panel discussion will occur on May 30th. Thank you.